Hello everyone, my name's Cindy Klosser and my business is Victorian Kettle. I run a Victorian tea party catering company and I'm excited because this is my second YouTube video and I have a special one for you today, and it's how to make Scottish shortbread. And of course I'm in my tartan dress that was made for me in Gettysburg, and you can hear the beautiful Scottish music in the background. So, and it's kind of fitting because the practice of taking afternoon tea actually originated in England and Scotland, and it started Anne, the 7th Duchess of Bedford, in 1840, around 1840. She was actually really good friends with Queen Victoria, and back then the wealthy, the royals, they had breakfast, but then they had their dinners later in the evening. And so the story goes is that Anne, she was getting hungry, had this sinking feeling in the afternoon, and she wanted something to eat. So she had sandwiches and sweets and cakes and different things brought to her in the afternoon. And she enjoyed it so much that she kept asking for it, and then she eventually asked her lady friends to join her. And so that's how the afternoon tea came about. And that it spread through England, Scotland, Europe, and eventually came over to the Americas. And it's also kind of fitting because right now it's, I don't know if you've seen the PBS story Victoria, that series, and of course there's Outlander on Netflix right now. And so it's kind of fitting right now. So let's get started. So what you're going to do is you're going to need a mixer, and you're going to need 2 cups of butter, and that's actually 4 sticks of butter. And you're going to want these at room temperature, so they're nice and soft. And what you would do is put all 4 sticks in your mixer, and then you're going to need light brown sugar, and you're going to want a cup of that. And you're going to put that in your mixer. And of course, I had some made just for time, but then you would turn it on and you would beat it until it was nice and creamy and all creamed together, the sugar with the butter. Then what you do is take your flour, and you're going to need a total of 4.5 cups. But to start, what you're going to do is put a cup at a time, so you're going to use about 3.5 cups when you're mixing it in the blender. So you put a cup at a time and blend it, put another cup, blend it, until it's a nice dough. And once you get that dough, and of course I have it here for you, I usually like to use a glass plate, and you want it nice and floured. And what you're going to do is, once you get it in that dough, is you're going to need the remaining flour. Get some flour here. You're going to need the remaining flour into this dough. So I don't know if you can see me, that you're just going to do it like this and spread some, fold it over. So that remaining cup is going to go in this dough, and you're going to knead it for about a few minutes till you feel like it's workable, and you can roll that out. Okay, so get that in a nice ball. For time's sake, I'd already done a little bit, but then what you're going to do is roll it out in a nice circle. So I don't know how this is going to come out here, but I made some earlier, and actually it's still a little bit sticky, and if that happens, then you're just going to want to continue to keep putting flour on it until that's not so sticky. Let's get it back in the ball here. So if you find that it's sticking, that's what you need to do, is put more flour on the surface, and that's what I think I'm going to do right now. Put a little bit more flour on there. Roll that up. And hopefully this will roll out nice for me right now. Not give me too many problems here. So you're going to roll this out, I would say about a 1/2 inch thick. Okay. And get it into a nice circle. There's two different ways now that you can cut it. And actually I kind of found that the wedge way was a little easier because it was kind of hard to measure and get it into, you can cut it into 1 by 3 inch rectangles, or you can cut it into just a pie, like a little wedge shape. So that's what I'm going to do right here for time's sake. And you can make them as big or as little as you want, depending on how much you want, how big you want them. And then what you're going to do is take a fork and you're going to make little puncture marks here. You can do 1, you can do 2, you can go all the way down the line. That's what that classic Scottish shortbread look has. If you've ever seen that in the store or bought shortbread in the store. So it looks like that. Okay, so now you're going to put your oven on at 325 and you're going to bake these for 20 minutes until they're nice and golden brown. You don't want them too dark. So for time's sake, I already had some made up so you can see that beautiful golden brown color. You can see that? And I actually had made some squares as well. And these I actually covered half with melted chocolate. So you can eat it plain, or you can melt it with chocolate. Now if you want to do that, all I did was take a double boiler, and I have it going on here, and I filled it with water, and then I put 1 tablespoon of butter in the top and melted my milk chocolate on there. And all I did was spread it on to the shortbread, and there you go. And then you can enjoy this with a nice cup of tea in the afternoon. Great for tea parties, and it's very easy to make, and it's absolutely delicious. So if you've enjoyed what you've seen here today, please check out my Facebook business page, Victorian Kettle, that's 2 words. I am posting all my recipes that on my YouTube videos on there so you can get the recipe. And check out my website, www.victoriankettle.com, if you are interested in booking a Victorian tea party for any special occasion. And I look forward to hearing from you, and I hope you all have a lovely day.